Hello everyone, I welcome you to my channel 10 Minutes Philosophy, and in this video we'll be studying Cartesian Dualism and what are the stands of Descartes and what interactionism meant for him. So here we start. So basically Cartesian dualism is like experience of two distinct elements in our part of realization of the world around us. That can be the conscious and the material. Objects that surround us are material and possess characteristics that the living things do or they do not have. Like we can say living objects exhibit qualities which does find in the material bodies. Physical objects do not have consciousness, desire, will, knowledge, motive, or motion, while all these qualities are characterized by the living bodies. So it is very obvious that there are two distinct types of creation in the world. The dichotomy is evident even in our mind and body. Since both possesses contradictory attributes, mental exercise is not limited by the time and space while the body is fixed within a specific order of space and time. You can say like mind is subtle, body is gross, right? So it is very visible. The body is man, therefore it appears to be the collection of two diametrically opposed through complementary attributes belonging to two differing elements. And experience shows parallel duplicacy in every element of nature, and this has led many thinkers to conclude that two elements exist in nature, the material and conscious. The philosophical theory based on this conception is known as dualism. Okay, and the aspects as fundamental, the distinction between mind and body, the consciousness, or you can say the conscious and unconsciousness. The Aristotelian dualism has been part of Western philosophy in one form or other, like another, ever since it was expounded. But Descartes was the first dualist in the modern era, and according to him, substance is that which is independent and self centered and which does not depend upon anything else for its existence. सब्सटेंस अपने आप में ही रहता है, अपने आप में ही उसका एग्जिस्टेंस होता है. इट डज नॉट नीड एनीथिंग टू गेट into the world. It exists, and it exists, its existence is very independent. Substance, therefore, it is like based on, like you can say, substance has its self evidence, is based on its self evidences. Like two such substances found to exist in the world matter, which is not sentient, and mind like which is conscious, and extension is a characteristics of, you can say, the matter and thought of consciousness. As because it is extended, matter covers space, but mind does not cover space because of its nature of thought, that is omnipresent and all pervading. Man possesses both mind and matter, although man possesses both mind and matter, but they interact upon each other and they are independent. You're getting my point? They both are independent, and matter, or you can say body, is divisible and can be separated into parts. But how we can say that mind be separated? No, you cannot treat the mind. Matter is without any consciousness, while mind is with consciousness. You cannot separate the consciousness, the internal separation of consciousness, that is not possible. But if we take matter as a body, you can separate. There are cells, then group of cells become tissue, group of tissue becomes organ, and your body is full of organs. This way you can separate. The only natural that one should inquire, like how two elements interact if they are independent as they are made out to be. Descartes' view of explaining this is known as interaction. Yeah. So, interactions is a philosophical view of Descartes to explain the interaction between two distinct and independent substances like mind and body. But the main question regarding this dualism is that if they are diametrically opposite in nature, how they manage to interact. For example, we can say when we act in a particular way on account of desire, it becomes obvious that mind influences the body. Or you can see on seeing a snake, a sensation of shivering arises in the body. एक डर सा लगा ही रहता है, अरे भैया सांप देख लिया. So this is very common, and sometimes we say it is the mind who is giving us the signal. But mind and matter are diametrically opposite. How these things are working together in a so perfect manner. That is the theory of interactionism. So Descartes explained this interaction by his theory of interactionism. He explains that it is very physiological in nature. He argues that in fact body does not affect the mind. It is the pineal gland which is responsible for the mutual and interconnected activity of mind and body. The pineal gland is situated in fourth part of the brain. It is here that the conjugation between the two places takes place. Descartes considered God to be the motivating force behind this conjugation of activities. And I hope this dualism is very much clear to you, and how this dualism is supported. Like what arguments you can put forward to support this dualism. So we can say it can be supported by the common language. Like in common language, in terms of mind and body, mind and body denote two distinct elements. As Patrick has marked, we do not use term denoting extension, division or addition when we are taking of love, hope, thought and similar objects. We do not say love is this many square yard, hope is so much in weight, or that the thoughts are this much in inches in extension. We do not say that. We do not use these terms when referring to the river. We say these terms when we are referring to the rivers, mountains, stars, storm, because these are unconscious objects. On the other hand, these terms are not used for conscious beings. Thus, we distinctly different terms in everyday language when we are referring to mind and body. We can also give an explanation through experience, like it is a part of our normal experience. Okay, like you can say support of experience. It is a part of our normal experience that we find completely distinct characteristics and qualities in the mental and the physical elements. Mental activity bears no resemblance to physical activity. Things behave in the world of imagination in a way it is not possible for them in the physical world. Similarly, other activities of the mind, such as memory and thinking, have no counterpart in the physical world or even in the biological activities. So we can also support this dualism by mind and matter. Like mind and matter cannot change into each other. Many philosophers and scientists have been engaging in trying to explain the activity of mind through that of matter or vice versa, but they have not succeeded. Duality of the two elements is established. We can also say dualism is also supported by common sense. Like we see in our daily life that the world around us is composed of two distinct elements. One on hand are the objects. On the one hand, we have objects which exhibits the quality of matter, since they are extended and cover space, are divisible and devoid of consciousness. And on the other hand, the consciousness which is not extended, that is not divisible. Over here, when we talk about space, we meant the bodies or matter which are acquiring space in this world. The space meant to say एक जगह को घेर लेना. That what I meant to say, the space over here. And any matter which required space that can be extended. ये इतनी जगह इसने ले ली है, so this is extended. I hope you are getting my point, what I meant to say. And interactionism is basically the how to explain the interaction between two distinct and independent substances, that is the interactionism. And this is the way Descartes explains interactionism, taking the help of pineal gland, which help us to understand this. And in the next video we'll be studying what are the objections to the dualism, then what are the difficulties which are faced, then how we can evaluate the dualism. In the next video we'll be seeing this. Thank you, and have a lovely day.